In the upcoming clip, Noam Chomsky will be speaking about policies that address economic inequality and promote social justice. While he hasn't outlined detailed blueprints for these programs, his views on a federal job guarantee and UBI will be discussed. First of all, let's outline some points of his thoughts on a federal job guarantee and following the video his points on UBI. Chomsky argues that full employment is no longer an automatic outcome of the market system. He emphasizes the decline in job quality in the rise of precarious work, with many jobs offering low wages, few benefits, and little to no job security. This economic reality necessitates a government intervention to guarantee everyone who wants to work has access to a decent job. He envisions these guaranteed jobs contributing to the public good, not simply replacing existing private sector jobs. He suggests focusing on areas like infrastructure maintenance and improvement, renewable energy development, education, and healthcare. By investing in these crucial sectors, the program would not only provide jobs but also benefit society as a whole. Chomsky emphasizes that guaranteed jobs should offer living wages and benefits that allow individuals and families to meet their basic needs and participate meaningfully in society. He believes this is crucial to combat poverty and prevent exploitation. Now off to this wonderful clip of Chomsky.
What are your thoughts about policy positions like a universal basic income? And how would the effects of that compare to a program that would guarantee everyone a job from the federal government? And like which one's better, I suppose?
Well, it's hard to remember, but it was once a Democratic Party position that there should be a Full Employment Act. The last gasp of that was 1978 when Humphrey Hawkins' bill was a full employment bill. Carter didn't veto it, but he watered it down so that it just became voluntary, toothless. And since then, Democrats have gone so far to the right that they've probably forgotten about it. But makes a lot of sense. I mean, it's claimed that unemployment is low, but that's mostly fakery. I mean, you're classified as employed if you work 1 hour a week. If you take a look at the job quality indices, do people have decent jobs and are they paid, below the average wage? The job quality index is going way down. People are maybe have a job technically, but it's 30 hours a week mopping the floor at McDonald's, and you can be canceled whenever the boss says we don't need you today and stuff like that. You're barely hanging on. There's a way out of that. The government provided jobs, and they're desperately needed. I mean, U.S. infrastructure is totally collapsing. Don't have to give you examples. That's a lot of very good jobs. Private industry's not going to pay for them. Those should be government jobs. Same is true all the way up to high technology. Where do computers come from? Internet, whole high-tech industry. Public funding in the 50s, 60s, and 70s continues until today. The advanced tech is mostly, just like pharmaceuticals, mostly done at public expense. There's plenty of opportunities for the public through the government, the one institution that's theoretically responsive to the public, to develop the economy and provide full jobs. It's not done for ideological reasons. There's a mantra, it starts with Reagan, that government is the problem, we got to get rid of government. The meaning of that mantra is we got to get rid of the population. The government is the one institution that's somewhat responsive to the public. Private corporations aren't. So you get rid of the government, move it to private capital, you're moving it to unaccountable private tyrannies. And nobody's supposed to say that, but it doesn't take a brilliant mind to see that that's what's happening. So yes, government-sponsored programs for decent jobs, which would also help the society. We'd be much better off with real infrastructure, with sustainable development, with solar energy, wind power, and so on. But that's going to require a government initiative. So that would be the obvious thing to do. What about the UBI? Depends very much on the context. So the UBI was supported by Milton Friedman, for example, the far right. but you have to look at his reasons. He wanted to do that so as to eliminate the entire welfare system. That's a catastrophe. I mean, there are people who need things over and above. You know, we're not all identical. In right-wing libertarian ideology, we're all equal. You know, we just enter the market, everything goes wonderfully. In the real world, just doesn't happen to be like that. A mother with 3 kids, you know, enters the market differently than Milton Friedman does. Needs special care, you know. So if you eliminate the entire welfare system, it's a catastrophe for the part of the population that has, you know, that isn't relatively privileged and wealthy. On the other hand, if you introduce the UBI as a kind of a floor, along with a decent social benefit system, it could make sense.
Chomsky sees UBI as a potential solution to address widespread economic insecurity and poverty. He believes a guaranteed income, regardless of employment status, could provide individuals and families with a safety net and alleviate the pressure to take on low-paying, precarious jobs just to survive. UBI, in Chomsky's view, could empower individuals to make choices about their lives. He suggests it could allow people to pursue education and training to enhance their skills, participate in caregiving work for family members, or even pursue entrepreneurship without the fear of immediate financial hardship. While Chomsky hasn't explicitly stated his preference for a specific UBI model, there's no evidence he advocates for conditional versions that tie the benefit to specific actions or behaviors. He likely favors an unconditional UBI, ensuring everyone receives the basic income regardless of their circumstances. Well, I hope you liked the video and subscribe to the channel. Also, you can now become a member if you wish to donate to this channel's cause. Now, take care and bye-bye.